Nailed it. Hey guys, what's up? It's Saturday and it's Lauren here, and this week on the channel we have two topics as usual, and the first topic has to do with what is the weirdest conversation we've ever had with somebody after we came out, and the other one is about, is there a gay scene? I don't really have that many weird stories about things people have done after I've come out. I usually get the regular questions of, are you fully gay, or are you bi, or do you have a girlfriend, or when did you know? Kind of the standard stuff. I'm gonna go with the second one of, is there a gay scene? Because I think I have more to talk about that one. So my short answer for this is yes, but it totally depends on where you live. If you live in a small town, there probably isn't a big gay scene. I live in Toronto area, and there is a definite gay scene there. There usually will be in the bigger cities. My experience living in Toronto and the gay scene there has been incredible. I actually moved out recently of my favorite apartment I've ever lived in, which was on the gayest street in Toronto called Church Street, and it's just a row of gay bars and love and rainbow happiness. So I miss that place a lot. But the gay scene in Toronto has its positives and its negatives. So I will start with the things that I don't like about the Toronto gay scene. The things I don't like is that it can be very cliquey. When you go out to bars sometimes you'll kind of see people in groups and not really branching out from those groups. Not all the time, but that definitely does exist. And I mean, it's kind of like that anywhere, you know, people go to pre-drinks and they drink with their friends, go to the bar, kind of stay with their friends and don't venture off too much. I like to kind of explore when I'm drunk, and I'll go talk to pretty much everybody. But it can be kind of cliquey, and people are kind of weirded when people go and talk to other people sometimes, which I don't like. Another thing I really don't like about the gay scene in Toronto, I will say this about lesbians, I don't know about the guys, I'm sure it's probably kind of the same thing, is that it's kind of like a weird it's kind of like a weird web of lesbian hookups a lot of the times. Of course it depends on who you're hanging out with, but in my experience often it's hard to find a girl who hasn't hooked up with a lot of your friends or people you know, and everybody seems to be connected by there's 2 degrees of separation in the lesbian community. Of course these are just kind of literally like stereotypes that I've experienced. I'm not saying it's like this everywhere, I'm saying that this is my experience, so please don't think that this is how it is everywhere. Another thing I don't like is that it is kind of rare sometimes to go out and experience a night free of any kind of drama, and I think this kind of has to relate to the past fact that everybody is connected somehow, so it can be kind of dramatic a lot of the time, especially when alcohol gets thrown in the mix. So we'll move on to the positives, the things that I love about the gay community and the gay scene. The things that I love is that it is, especially if you come from kind of a small town and you're trying to find somebody somewhere where people kind of relate to you, it is a great place to go because everybody kind of has something in common, and when you go to a gay bar, everybody is just there to have a good time, and it's kind of one of the places you can go and know that nobody is going to judge you for being gay, and that everybody there is just as happy and gay as you are. That's one of the things I really love, is that it's a pretty judgment-free place to be. That should be their slogan. Nailed it. Another thing that I really love about the gay scene is Pride. Pride is coming up, and if you've never been to Pride, never got involved in Pride, I know some straight people watch your videos, so if you are straight, go to Pride as well because it is just fucking awesome and you will have a great time. Pride is definitely a big upside to the gay scene because it is 10 times as happy and 10 times as fun and 10 times as fucking lovely. So Pride is one of my favorite times of year, and I have some of the best times in my life at Pride. So another thing I love about the gay scene is that it is relatively easy to make friends. I guess it kind of depends on your personality and who you talk to and where you go, but in my experience most people are kind of willing to, if you're on the patio, this is what I found, if you're on the bar, if you're at a bar and you're on the patio, everybody on the patio just seems to really fucking love each other, and you can talk to whoever you want to on the patio, and I've made some really good friends on the patio at bars because people are just fucking great out there. So hang out on the patio, that is a tip. So in short, I would say the answer to the question of is there a gay scene is yes, but it totally depends on where you live. I've only ever really lived in big cities or gone to big cities, so I have experienced that. We get a lot of messages from people who live in smaller towns and smaller areas and don't really know how to get involved in a gay scene there. And that is where online really can become your best friend. Meet people through Lesbian Central, meet people on our Facebook, meet people through Tumblr. Tumblr is a pretty gay place to be. If you're from a small town, there is still a huge gay online presence. The gay scene is great, and I love it, and I'm definitely a part of it. I'll be out there in the mix at the gay bars. That's where you'll probably find me on the weekends. In short, that is my answer to this question, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I will see you guys all next Saturday. Bye!